Today, on this episode of RealityGays.
Trish, we were all rooting for you!
Lisa's got a new wig. And it's better?
And Forrest tells Sheena he'll come back for her. And Sheena says, roll it, Christina.
RG on YT, y'all.
Get down tonight, Daddy.
It's time for Reality Gays. We're here to cover another reality show. And while the video plays, just sit back and let go. Now, you may be thinking, where'd the theme song go? We made this little switch because copyright's a bitch. We got 90 Day, Mormon Wives, Lalo, and more. And now you can watch us, you whore. You like to watch. You dirty slut. Yeah, you know.
Like it, don't you? A little too much. Ooh, moist.
RG on YouTube, y'all. I want to show my creamy shoulders. And maybe my nipple. Poodle, no!
So I'm going to need you to walk us through. When Forrest and Sheena were saying goodbye to one another and she is crying and he's like holding back tears, were you a mess?
You know, I wasn't really.
Really? I thought it was going to make you a puddle.
I did feel...
A poodle puddle.
I did feel something. This is awful.
Were you on Grindr at the time?
Maybe.
Not paying attention?
Half the time. What I will say is I think it's also distracting that when Sheena sobs, it's like...
Okay. All right.
It's just one long keen. So I think, I know that's mean, but that's what it is. So I kind of start to laugh every time she goes, I'm a horrible person.
You said it.
By the way, thank everyone for laughing at my 1 out of 3 ain't bad joke that I made about Kim finding her daughter.
We don't need to or bring it back. This is Reality Gays, y'all. This is Reality Gays. I'm Mattie.
And I'm Poodle. And I will say what I want, and I'll do what I want, and I will drag us down, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Until we're canceled.
And then we are two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than tearing reality television a new one. Can't be stopped.
Ladies, gentlemen, gays and days, let's...
Christina could just edit it out.
Yeah, I should have just edited it out. Let's wrap this up, y'all. B90, Season 8, Episode 19, now departing. We've already talked about the name. This is our part 2. This episode, we're going to be talking about, of course, Forrest and Sheena, Rick and Trish, and Lisa and Daniel. Daniel, I'm standing on a tennis court asking you if you love me.
She has been
and Jovon and Annalyn.
Yeah, upfront about her her BPD. I believe she did do an interview where she talked about either that or it's bipolar, I think. Shocker.
No, I mean, the people that make so many people make I can't say the word.
Mental illness. So
many people, yes, that make wonderful, great reality TV are undiagnosed or not treated mental illness.
That's true.
Let's specify.
I think she's been diagnosed, though.
I don't know if she's been treated.
That might be true.
I don't know about that. Or I don't know if she's good at taking her meds. Doesn't seem like the type. All I know is we got to get Faith out of there. I like this girl deserves another life.
To be fair, she is choosing to stay with her mom.
She is because her mom wasn't in her childhood. So she finally got her mom back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so Lalu adjacent.
I know, it really does feel.
Like sometimes I forget. I'm like
Yeah,
Lalu,
yeah.
and I'm taking notes. I'm waiting. No, Matt, wrong
No,
show.
it does feel crossovery.
You can't tell me that one of Lisa's girlfriends wasn't in prison or is now in prison. I did.
Now goes by Hank.
Mary Colin Sissy Detective, let us know. Which, by the way, shout out to her, because if you are listening to Classless, this week was our
Where Are They Now?
It was a great one. Mary Colin Sissy Detective came through.
And I have to say, we just finished. We've watched 4. We've got 4 watch-alongs in the can for what we're calling Life After Lockup Season 2B.
No, we just did the Where Are They Now for 2B. So this would be, I guess,
No. This is the Life After.
Oh, this is the Life After
literally,
2B.
We had this conversation.
We did, but it's very confusing.
Okay.
No, sissies are going to be on my side. It's confusing.
It is confusing. I'm just saying we had this conversation.
I forgot. It's Lalu 2B, Lilu 2B,
Yes.
Ludlu kill me.
What I was saying before you interrupted me was I turned and said, "This is incredible television."
Did.
I think season 2B of Life After Lockup is, we've seen 4 episodes, is just unbelievable.
It's the best I think we've ever. It's so great, and so if you are not on the $5 tier,
I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. Y'all know me.
yeah, no,
I'm not
you
like
don't
some
blow
people.
up. You don't do anything with anyone asses. It's just about yours. We saw the text.
I did release one of my sexts from the vault. People are saying, I thought it'd be worse. Again, be careful what you wish for. I sent one that was kind of innocuous.
All I'm saying is we had an RG staff meeting last week, and we set a date by Star Wars date, May the 4th. Poodle has to have all of his texts turned into Christina.
I got a really good one yesterday. Y'all who said I wanted more, yeah, you're going to be saying no, please, and watching through your fucking fingers.
No. I think, what did you say Mary Payne said on the post?
No, she's like, no, I stop. Or it was something.
She said, Christ on a cracker,
yes,
stop. That's what she said. Yeah. So a lot of you are going to be horrified. Some of you even commented and said, I'm so sorry I asked for this.
Yeah, and some were like all talking big and saying, I thought they'd be worse.
So
I'm telling you,
be careful. It is an action. Yes, it is an action.
I don't love it.
Also, the
movie has been chosen, by the way.
Yeah,
for the scary movie has been chosen.
Don't ask Poodle, because he's not going to tell you what it is, because he wants me to be surprised. So,
Christina and the rest of Team RG know. Don't go to them either.
I just don't build it up, because what's going to happen, they're going to play it, and I'm not going to know what the movie's about anyway, because I don't pay attention to horror movies.
Well, you got to pay attention to this one.
Well, I'm going to have to. But because the movie's 2 hours, Poodle has agreed to 25 minutes of text.
I did not agree to that.
I told him he now has to do that if I have to watch a 2-hour movie. So
you say that like it's such a I've chosen, it's actually a good movie.
Well, that's more for you than me, because you can't sit through a 2-hour bad movie.
Actually, I can. I can watch a 2-hour bad horror movie. Yeah.
If they're hot.
No, it's that, and there's something.
Did anybody hot die in this movie? Is it hot people at least?
I'm not saying anymore.
Well, what I was saying before you waylaid me, Classless. Actually, I think I waylaid ourselves.
Yep.
Classless this is a great time if you want to jump in. They were off Peacock. Now they're back on Peacock with a new
ordering system.
It's very confusing, but but if you go by the titles, those stay the same. You can watch along. You actually can watch along on the $15 tier, or you can watch the episodes and listen on the $5 tier. It's a great time to jump into the Love After Lockup multiverse.
And we're going to have new season of Love After Lockup and that'll be on the $8 tier.
Yeah.
More confusing.
Got
But
one more
that's
little
going to be in
stretch, and
May.
then the confusion will be over. Yes.
Yep. So get ready for that. We're very excited. We've got, I believe, 2 or 3 from at least 2. I can't remember from Love During Lockup. I'm mostly excited about that woman Felicia in New Orleans.
Oh yeah. Boy,
Italian.
She's a pistol.
Crazy motherfucker.
She's fucking crazy. Oh,
She's gonna ruin that guy's life.
oh, 1,000,000%.
I can't wait.
They really are. It really is. It really is I think it really is my favorite thing we watch.
I don't like to throw around words like favorites.
Well, sure.
Where were we?
So jump on there if you want. We'd love to have you. Also, come at me on Cameo if you want that. I'm there. Poodle's not. He's busy pulling sext. He doesn't have time. It's like Scrooge McDuck counting the vault. Do you know how, in your defense, do y'all know how many disgusting,
I am sifting
dirty
through over a series of apps.
He's like Indiana
And I have
Jones
to
in
go
a
to
library.
Snapchat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indiana Jones with less Nazis. I can find a way to work Nazis into anything.
Yeah.
I just read about him too much as a child.
Yeah. Well, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's jump in.
Let's do it. As we knew from the teaser last week, Annalyn.
Pygmy.
Yep, she's not feeling well. She takes the test. Now he did. So it's like, did Jovon get recast?
You know, I think it's interesting. I think I think his edit has been pretty carefully sculpted. I think
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think they were really trying to dog him in the beginning. And I think the pregnancy's been around, y'all, but I think they were just realizing they really couldn't do that to him the whole way through if he's going to be a father. So,
and they kind of edited her more negative at first too.
Yeah.
There was something I did learn when I
did that a lot. Yeah.
Pink Shade with Kimberly, because we don't watch Pillow Talk at all. And
we do not.
Apparently they had a Pillow Talk episode which I think this is genius. They had women from the senior center that Jovon works at watching 90 Day Fiance and commenting on it.
That's really smart.
Really fucking smart. I would watch a whole Pillow Talk of senior citizens just talking about 90 Day Fiance.
And a little exploitive.
What else are they going to do? It gives them something to do.
That's true. I guess I just hope
it gives them visibility. It's more, I think it's better than not.
I hope they paid them.
I'm sure they did.
And then the people who work at the home took their money.
Probably. But apparently, Kimberly said as you watch it, at first they're like, yay, it's Jovon. And then as they go along, they're like, oh, that's not good. Why did he do that? Like they're kind of falling out of love with the person.
Completely dog him when he gets back.
Yeah.
That is enjoyable.
That is enjoyable. So yeah, I agree. I think their edit for both of them, I agree with, was confusing because Annalyn seems like she gets hot tip. I love her. She's so likable.
Yeah.
And she's so, I would almost say sometimes so optimistic compared to him.
For sure. The problem is if she gets over here, they become a part of the 90 Day universe where they get on happily ever after. He's always going to be a bump on a log.
Jovon's always going to be Jovaning.
He has no charisma at all.
No.
And she's the star. And
she is the star.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they want to ride that train, they could. They would have to they need to get a branding specialist.
He'd have to really pump him up.
He would have to really be okay with just being browbeat.
That, and he's just got this sense of superiority over her that is really distasteful and it's gross. And he never wants to work himself up past like a 3 level. Like even when he found out he was going to be a father, he's like, oh, ooh, that's crazy. Come on, man.
But for him, I actually said, he smiled big. I went, this is the happiest we've seen him. And he was smiley.
That's a low bar.
But it is. But you saw how much, but it made me feel like, oh, this really, the bar is so low for Annalyn because he gives her nothing. But she tells him and he's like, he said, I'm so happy. He's like, I'm scared as shit and I'm so nervous. And she's like, so am I. He's like, but I'm happy.
I said this before, and I really do believe it. Yo, she loves this guy. It will take her, if this marriage ends, it's going to be him. It's not going to be her. Now that they've got a kid,
Yeah.
So she says, now, y'all, I was shocked that he extended his visa.
I was too.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And he's staying longer and missing work. And so it tells me, like the whole thing about not getting a ring, I wonder if some of that was a little bit, I don't know, misdirection.
So
I'm thinking about that now.
Kind of look at her when she's pregnant and like later when she's packing his bag. She's kind of showing.
That's true. I thought the same thing.
I almost wondered
how long
if she was already pregnant and she found out she was pregnant. He said, I'm going to extend and stay to make sure you're okay. And they got through like the first 2 or 3 months. Yeah. And then now he's leaving.
That's a good point. That changes things. Maybe the baby reveal was a recreation.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah, that would make sense. So she says he's been willing to miss work and make memories. He's been very helpful and caring, which makes me find him attractive. So we've been very busy. Producer, doing what? Like so much sex. I'm going to church on Sunday.
She's funny.
And she wakes him up. He's like, boom, boom, boom. He's like, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it's a pregnant be pissed. Are we going to have a baby? And he did seem genuinely happy.
He did.
But he has the same thing that most people think of. I'm nervous. Now I'm about to be a dad. And the next day they're packing his bag. It does feel, there's a timing here. It felt a little weird. He's leaving tomorrow. And she's like, but we haven't made any decisions about the future, which is kind of crazy.
And then Annalyn kind of sits on the bed, and it sounds like a line from like a classic play from the 1950s or something, where she says, you know, you always question what's the meaning of your life, and now with this baby, I feel like I have a reason why. And yeah, and I kind of went, well, that was really fucking deep, but also.
And have you tried Pall Mall cigarettes?
Yeah. It was just very.
It feels like.
Yeah, very.
Speaking of, darling, fix me a martini. My indigestion is just horrible with this baby. Horrible.
So. He's saying yes,
1950s.
That is. He's saying yes, we need to figure stuff out. He said, and he said we need to. He kind of says but right now we're focusing on your health, and we need to look more into getting you over to the U.S. And I'm kind of like,
it's really vague
I feel
language.
like I would be very. If someone I was dating became pregnant with my child, I wouldn't be like, let's look into getting you to the U.S. Maybe he's just saying this to not amp her up and to keep her calm. But I would be like, we've got to figure out how we can be together as soon as possible.
Yeah. Gotta say, this was how when I had a fake pregnancy scam.
Great.
And I wore the fake pregnancy belly.
Yeah.
It's just a shame when it gets too hot. Falls out.
Yeah.
But you need to start pushing things a little further, because people can't pregnancy has a time limit. unfortunately. And you got to kind of go with that time frame.
I think you were trying to be pregnant for 13 months.
Yeah. Someone asked me, when's that coming out? And I was like, oh, whenever it wants.
Yeah.
They're like, how long have you been pregnant?
It
It's
was-
like Julia.
It's like Julia.
How long have Julia and Brandon been pregnant?
God, forever.
I think the worst part of this is she now has to have this baby by herself. Yes, her mom's going to be there, but
Well, maybe.
she doesn't.
He says he's coming back. He said, I definitely will come back
But
before
before
the
the baby's born. But she has to have this whole time. That's scary.
It's scary. It's also, it's hard. And it's in that, there's so many things, that on a difficulty side of pregnancy, and you don't know how it's going to go. But even if all the pregnancy goes well, which hopefully it does, there's also just these, like, listening to the baby. There's
Doctor's
these beautiful
appointments,
moments that like she
ultrasounds,
brought up, and you're just missing out on.
I guess what he's thinking is, boy, I'm really lucking out. Having this baby is going to be a lot cheaper in the Philippines than in America.
Probably. Yeah.
And so he promises to come back before she gives birth. But she's basically saying, I know you're coming back and I'm with a good man, but I just wish you weren't leaving. And then he basically says, we have a lot of financial stuff to worry about, and it's now on my shoulders. Now he is the fucking victim again. He tells her mother goodbye, and she's like, I'm hoping that I'm really happy about this baby, the mom says, but I hope she doesn't end up like us with a broken family and a broken home.
She said like us and like him.
Yes, so apparently that was his story as well.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And they're just talking about their trip. And she's crying, and they're sending him off. And he says, I've learned a lot about Annalyn and our marriage, and we have a lot to work on, but I love her, and I feel like I'm leaving a piece of myself. All this, it's interesting. We've had nothing really but conflict with this couple.
I know.
That's what I'm realizing. It's an interesting last episode for them.
It is. Again, it's like this guy, they got recast or something.
Yeah.
Or like the producer said, okay, we got enough. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah. It's a little hurried. And so, but she says, marriage isn't always fun and happiness. You have to work on yourself. She says, I need to work on myself and my temper. But she's like, I 100% feel like I made the right decision, and I can't wait for us to be together as a family. So
don't hear him talking about what to work on himself.
No, come on. He's always going to be Eeyore. That's him. That is him. He's put upon. Here's this whole thing that, y'all, this is why, if you're listening and you're a man and you love masculinity podcasts, which I don't think you're listening to Reality Gays. I don't think that Venn diagram exists.
But here's what's dumb about that ideology. Guess what? When you get married and she has a baby, then it's all on you. Then if I was with the guy who switched to this masculinity bullshit, I'd be like, okay, be the man. You make all the money, and I'm just gonna raise the kid. Fuck you. I'm not making money for a damn thing. You're paying for it all because you're the man. Be the man.
Okay, I'm uncomfortable.
Well, I would. That's what I would do. And just when you thought the baby was raised and that I was going to get out and work, I'd get pregnant again and say, sorry, you're the man.
Wow. I personally think he might be fine with that. But as long as he can.
Well, he said the pressure's all on me now.
Well, but that's his identity.
Yeah.
And so this whole thing, but also some of that kind of modern manosphere movement is men opening up to each other about how hard it is to be a man and the anxiety that men feel to have to support everything. And I think because they haven't been able to say that before. So that's the allure.
That.
I do think there's truth in that.
There's a lot of validity in that.
They're afraid to say it.
They're afraid to say it. But it's when you turn it that that you're owed something for
You're
it.
owed something. That's the problem. Yeah. I totally agree.
Because it is. Men should do that. And I'm all for, I ran men's groups and they're a wonderful, wonderful thing. But just
I've run men's groups before
no,
too.
yeah, it's very different. Very different.
So what when you're facilitating,
Oh God.
you've got one on some tops on one side, tops on bottoms on the other. That's you got a clipboard, right? It's the same thing, right?
Sure.
Running a men's group. I've done that. Who hasn't?
Yeah, non-sluts.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. By a crown, you mean just a bukkake of semen around you. Not called a butt cake.
Rivulets.
Yeah.
Dripping down.
That was OG for you OG ones. Not called a butt cake.
Oh, when you said that, I howled. You went, you can have a butt cake. I went, what? It's like, is that how you say it? I'm like, no, it's bukkake, you rube.
I don't even, that was like 5 years ago, y'all. That's a deep OG RG. If you know that, then you're a real one.
That's true. The whole bukkake butt cake.
Mm-hmm. That's going back to
what word would that be pronounced? God.
That's going back to like Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah, that's another one. That was actually right after that, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not gotten any better. If anything else, I think your brain is even more atrophied.
Well, there you go. Shall we move on? I think that's it.
I'm back in America. Back in King of Prussia.
Oh boy.
I need to cleanse my head because I want to be airy and light.
I love Faith. Is that why you're a blonde now?
It just
and she says, Daniel wants an African style braid.
And Faith's like, you're a
which kind of makes me think they're still together because remember she posted a picture like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And her hair was braided like that. Because even really Faith said, but you're also a white American woman, Mom.
Yeah. I don't have to do everything he wants. Now, and then Faith is saying, why do you have to work 3 jobs to pay for him? Why isn't he getting another job? This is a common American argument to make. There is a really limited understanding about income in the U.S. versus everybody else. Everywhere else, especially in Nigeria. So he's never going to be able to make any money. It's for what he needs. He's even if he gets 3 jobs, he can maybe make enough to support himself. But this guy, if this guy wasn't Daniel, but Daniel's a con artist.
Yeah.
And but legitimately, he's never going to be able to make the money she does.
No.
And she's like, well, I'm feeling different. I was so sure of him and his love, and now I'm insecure. And Faith says when she came back, she was really excited, had all these wild plans, and saying she was going to go back to Nigeria and spend a year. This is... wow. Can you imagine the mental state this woman has to be in to believe she can live in Nigeria for a year?
Untreated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's she going to do to make money?
Exactly. And she's like, but over the next couple of weeks, she said he wasn't communicating like before. And Faith said, and I did some digging and I think I found the reason. And we find out, Faith said, it's not normal. He has 4 other numbers.
So it's dumb that this is where I was like, why did you give her access to your email?
Well, I feel like he might have thought she was so dumb, she would not have gone searching through it.
That's a rookie mistake for a con artist of this level. If someone wants your email, you make a fake email address and have your friends email you.
Right.
And send emails so it looks like it's real. Subscribe, buy a couple of things and get subscription shit. And then you give them your email address.
Wow. Sounds like you've thought about it.
Don't fuck with them are.
So he's like, he has a contact called for wife. That's weird.
That's weird.
It's not weird. It's deceptive. It's bad.
It's bad.
And
you just need to be glad he doesn't have a contact called boyfriend.
Well, that's probably true. And Faith wrote this woman. Isn't it interesting that the daughter has to do it all? Because it almost seems like Lisa's too overwhelmed to do any of it.
You say interesting. I say devastatingly sad. I just say...
I'm using interesting in a way
I just say horrifically... Okay, I'm saying horrifically unfair.
That Faith has to do all this for her mother.
Abhorrent. Yes. It's just... I just want to take... Again, because you're right. She is an adult and she's choosing this. But at the same time... But the fucked up is, though, y'all, you're always going to be your mom's kid. You always want to be the kid. You're like, it's just... Ugh.
And
Faith did all this.
Faith wrote to this woman listed as wife. It's also wife chat, apparently. And Lisa is known as Liz Baby. And so they reached out and says, how do you know Daniel? And she says, you're listed as his wife. My mom is also married to him. And the woman basically says, hey, just lose my number.
By the way, and she said something like, I don't like to repeat myself.
Yeah,
which was
something
just
like that.
Cunty, and I loved it.
It was. So then she says, and y'all, then it goes back to, I'm not getting attention from him. I don't get the good morning text anymore. So then we go back to the just general 14-year-old behavior that she never got, that she desperately needs.
Yeah.
And then she's like, and now he says he still loves me. I'm suspicious. And he goes, are you still going to marry him? She's like, I don't know. After all this, she doesn't know. And I thought, imagine the crushing weight of someone like Lisa being my mom and having to talk to my mother saying, after all this, I don't know if I'm going to marry him. And I went, oh my God, there are thousands of people who are like Faith and have to take care of moms like this.
Yeah.
My mom was something or is something.
No, and
nothing like this.
And I was parentified child to my own mother, but nothing like this.
And I'm hoping if you were, that you have someone you can talk to about that, or you've at least processed it. And
I hope that if you were, because we all have to, I hope that you learn to parent or mother, or if you have a father, mother or father yourself.
Yeah.
And because that's the part of being an adult that we have to learn. And, I've had to do that on every level, but not on I think what you're speaking to is Faith never had that. It reminds me of, because we're watching it right now, it reminds me a lot of Brittany and her mother on Love After Lockup.
The mother who was an addiction.
Who's an addiction.
We're talking about Brittany and Marcelino.
Yeah. Brittany, who was never, that's where we're on in the class list, is her like really trying to show her mother kind of what she went through.
And she's talking to her mother, and the mother just goes into shame, and because that's the only thing she can feel.
But you're right in that I would actually say, I think her mother is able to process a little bit more Brittany's feelings. I don't think Lisa ever processes Faith's feelings.
Yeah. Shit, mom.
Just so, for any of you, it's okay. You don't have to have a relationship with someone like that. That's okay if you don't want to.
Yep. So she said the woman didn't deny it. And it's time to tell him what I found. I feel so betrayed. And then later, Daniel's calling him, or she calls him, and she's like, I'm at work. So then they call. Then she says, I don't know if you saw this. She's like, his voice still gives me butterflies.
Yeah, gives me butterflies in my stomach still. But it's been a week. Am I paying for a whole second family? So she FaceTimes him, and she's like, it was like,
baby, I love your wig. I love your wig.
Yes, I love your wig. And you work so hard. You need not work so hard. And she said, I'm confused. where's this loving man been the last 2 months? So he basically says, well, listen, honey, I'm not communicating like I was before because
I've been very busy. We were 3 weeks in Lagos and I had debts.
I have so many debts. I'm paying off the debts. And she brings up that he is only working.
I spent a lot of time paying off debts too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's working one job and playing
Keeps
football.
me up at night.
Now, but again, like you said, there is a different variable of what, but no, he's laying this debt, and because he eventually is going to ask her for money to help him. Because that's where he lived. She told him the money, and he said, well, you help. And you see, she's talking, and this is sometimes where he lets his con slip. Because she calls him on it. He's smiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He can't help it because you're right. And she's not super smart, but he thinks she's so stupid.
He does underestimate. He's
really underestimating Faith. Faith is smart, and Faith is telling her mother what's up, and Lisa at least is comprehending that.
She does say, well, fine. Well, how come you have me listed as Liz, baby, and someone else listed as wife? And he laughs. He's like, I don't think that's true. And then
he's gaslighting me again.
So she's like, I
can say that word.
Who is the wife? That's the interesting thing. It goes to who is the wife first. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then, y'all, we've said before, no innocent person says, let me see the evidence. You just don't.
You don't.
You just you don't say it. That's not where you go. You say, no, I didn't do that. Why would I do that to you?
You might say, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
Like, show me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But you never say, like you said, where is
show
the
me
evidence?
Come up with the evidence. Yeah. So she's sending him the screenshots and then sending the contacts. And then she says, you've changed. This is the final straw. You don't even care. Once I hang up, that's it. I don't want this relationship anymore.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. Can we play on this court? Do you mind if we just play on?
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm just having an emotional breakdown. Okay,
yeah, just got
my Nigerian husband.
Yeah, we just want to play basketball, lady.
I'm hanging up because it's not funny. Goodbye forever.
Do you feel like there's people? This almost looks like it's in either a house or like an apartment complex.
Looks like some kind of rec area or something.
It almost reminds me of Paces Crossing.
Yes, very Paces Crossing adjacent.
But do you feel like people just stare out of their apartments and they're like, hey,
yes,
it's the wig
crazy
lady
wig
again.
Lady.
It's crazy wig lady. And they're just opening their windows and listening.
This woman's everyone in this woman's life talks about her.
Yeah.
About how sad and nutty she is.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Her coworkers probably make fun of her. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's not an easy life.
That's very empathetic.
I can have empathy. Trust me, I have too much sometimes. Anyway, so she says, he made a fool of me, broke my heart and used me. I'm done. So we'll see. We will see. If I don't know what, I guess we'll find out on the tell-alls. Where they are?
Yes. All I'm saying is, if Trish hasn't left this bag of shit.
But before we do that.
Yes. I'm so happy you remembered.
You said that like I was 7 years old.
No, well.
I'm so happy you remembered.
But you never remember.
You could say, I'm sorry for making you feel 5.
But
Maxwell, 28, Nigeria. And either Aisha or Ashia, 38 from Alabasta, Alabama.
Now, I saw the picture. They are a beautiful couple. They're both beautiful.
I agree. I'm a little concerned about the 10 years, though.
I mean, look.
She doesn't look it.
She doesn't look it. No. Look, red flags are always popping up with Nigeria. I think, is this the first Nigerian person dating an American and they're both like he's
that
African and she's
really
black?
Good point.
Because it's usually someone from Nigeria and someone white. I don't think we've ever had this before.
This in my goldfish memory, I think you might be right. Yeah. It is usually older white ladies.
So, but the look wise, they look like two people who would actually care for one another.
Yes.
And I don't mean that because of the race. I mean because of the ages. Yeah.
A Shia is a Pentecostal. I think the problem is going to be more of my description here. Pentecostal prophetess in training.
Well, say that again 4 times.
A Pentecostal prophetess in training.
I am a Pentecostal prophetess in training to Nigeria.
With big faith and an even bigger personality. Kind of reminds. I know.
She's gonna want to be respected, y'all. I can already tell you that now.
Who is convinced that God brought her king Maxwell into her life.
I love this fucking show.
Their journey hits major roadblocks when K-1 visa troubles stall their plans. Now, this may be due to current Nigerian issues with visas there.
Yeah, true.
Pushing Ashia to travel to Nigeria with her mother in hopes of finding a new way forward. There, the couple faces clashing families. Oh, this is going to be good. Yeah. Differing expectations and questions about their age gap and plans for children. As tensions rise and new obstacles emerge with the K-1, Ashia and Maxwell consider marrying in Nigeria and pursuing a spousal visa, setting the stage for one of the season's most unpredictable love stories.
What is her age again?
38.
This is just be very different in LA, New York, Chicago, but to be a 38-year-old woman
unmarried,
in Alabama without
Alabama,
unmarried, no kids,
Alabaster, Alabama.
Alabaster, where is Alabaster, Alabama?
I cannot even tell you. Probably there's a couple plantations near there. It just sounds like it.
Probably. Well, yeah. They named the town Alabaster. Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Sounds good, though. I'd rather hear about them than the trash we're about to talk about and the fact that Trish is still fucking in love with this walking piece of...
I don't know if production wanted her to come or not. I don't know if production asked her to come.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
She also, we're in the Rick pity party. He just can't express how bad he feels. He's like, saying goodbye was so hard. And then he says, I felt like the luckiest man alive. And if my ex had never contacted me, we would be in a better place. And I wrote, no, you went to Colombia and fucked your ex. Your ex didn't do anything, you stupid piece of trash.
He's already rewritten this in his brain. And that's the worst thing. Oh my God, I want to throw acid on his face. All
right.
I really do.
Okay.
I just want to destroy this man I want to murder him, and then I want him to somehow resurrect, and I want to kill him in 20 different ways.
That's fair.
Being hit, I want to drive over him. And then I want to beat him with a baseball bat for sure. That just really gets all the energy out.
Got some rage in there, Poods.
Yeah.
I want to work on that.
I'm just powered by it. Be fun. I think it's a good feeling. Y'all should just push him into a well, or just a deep hole. And
like baby Jessica.
Yeah.
We got to take it out, Christina.
No, keep it in. Baby Jessica is still around. She's not a baby anymore.
No, y'all. You might want to read the news about her.
Arrested for domestic disturbance. Things started off really in a different way.
I had someone who's I get it. She could see, like from the show Mixed Nuts, she could see the bright side of a plague. But she wrote, I think this just shows what childhood trauma does for you. And
Oh
I'm
my God.
like, I don't think because you were fished out of a well as a baby is a reason why you assaulted someone. But she's on her own journey. Don't even get me started about her life. Let's move on.
So anyway, Rick is saying, yeah, it was when he says, if my ex wouldn't have texted me, this would have all been. Yeah, we would have been in a better place.
I just miss my future with her. So,
and he's looking at pics on his phone and crying. And
he's walking to his flight, and suddenly he goes, baby, and cut to Trish just standing there. And you wanted it to be like a severed goat's head or something that she brought him. And I hoped for that too. Twas not.
I wanted it to be like a bucket of blood that she just throws in his face.
Yeah. Twas not.
Menstrual blood. It has to be that. Because he would think that was really, really gross. Because y'all, he's grossed out by women's periods. Horrified.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She just says, I forgot to give you this. I got you this matching outfit. And I went, honey, that's what you should have burned last night.
I think production
like Angela of Angela and Tony from Lalu.
Just burned all his...
That's the way the episode starts. Y'all missing this shit right here. That's it. Sorry, we keep talking about Lalu because this season's so fucking good.
Oh. But she says, my heart says I still love him, but I know I can't be with him. And he's still going.
I want to challenge this. You don't fall out of love with someone in an instant. The same, I don't think you fall in love in an instant. When I went through a horrible breakup, I still had love for the guy for a while because that was someone I was in a relationship with for 8 years. That's normal. But what I had more, it's not about her still loving him. What I have is kind of what Elise is developing. I had self-respect for my own self-love. I knew what I was worth, and I wasn't worth that. Trish thinks she's worth it.
Well, she doesn't.
Well, and until she gets to that point, this is going to keep happening.
You mean she doesn't think she's worth it?
She doesn't think she's worth this. So until she develops that, she's sunk.
Yeah. And Rick says, I'll do what it takes to win her back. And that's when the producer, who I've got to say, the producer on this storyline, this line producer is incredible.
I would love an interview with her.
The producer says, are you willing to block your ex now? I can't. I can't block her because it would be shitting on all our times we shared together. And that's when, if I was the producer, I would brain him with the camera. And he would bleed out.
Yes, I would happily take a hamburger today and block my ex next Tuesday.
It is
current reference. Current reference is only here.
Yes, it is staggering how much I despise this man.
Oh yeah, I think he is just
I'm gonna say there've been a lot of hated men, but it's just what this guy continues to do and how much he just continues to defy what is just acceptable for people to do to one another. He refuses.
I haven't disliked a guy. Now, obviously, it's like, I'm not talking about Big Ed because we never covered him. So
we did cover him for a couple seasons.
But for one, I think we did one season, and after Rose, we were done. But
no, we did his single life season, sweetie.
I think, we had to. Yeah, we did.
It's a selected memory.
So, it is. I think, I'm trying to think like, this is in the pantheon to me of the Bryans, the Bilals.
Yep.
Like,
but there's something about this that is even more egregious because of the
there
way he
is, and I can't put my finger on it.
It's because he's so self-righteous.
Yeah.
There's also and y'all, if you haven't seen Reality Rocks, do her
Oh my
version of
God.
Rick with the hair and the teeth.
Oh
the
my
teeth.
God.
It is art.
It's art.
Go on
It is
Instagram
fucking
for
art.
Reality Rocks and they've got the teeth right here.
She is
blacked out
so
the teeth.
fucking good.
I screamed when I saw the teeth and the hair.
It was chef's kiss.
That's what he's probably really offended by that.
All of them are great.
He's a
If you're
woman.
not following her, you need to follow her because
Very talented.
she's very
We
talented.
met her at
And her mother, who is a doll.
and her mother, yes. Shall we wind up because I think he just says
The last thing I wrote for Rick and Tris was, "Shut up, you fool."
it's a good way to end. Forrest and Sheena, I think I did feel something, but it was hard because of Sheena's keening. I was just laughing.
Yeah.
I'm a horrible person.
They're packing up, and Molly's packing. She has a bag of chips in there, and Forrest is like, "Well, what if the chips explode during an air flight?"
Yeah.
And Molly says,
Like that's the most autistic thing that's ever been said.
Yeah, she's like, "Well, dogs don't explode."
He went,
And I went, "Those are
that's right. That's
very
very
different
different. I
things."
think bags of chips. Also, I would say, the bags of pretzels they give you don't explode. So.
Well, I think if it's a checked bag, maybe it could explode.
Oh, that's probably right. Maybe
Because I don't
he's
know if
thinking about
checked
this.
luggage is pressurized. Is checked luggage? Hold on. You keep talking while I ask Uncle Go.
But don't say it out loud.
Checked baggage
I hate you.
pressurized on a plane.
So Sheena's obviously very hurt, and they're talking about. She says, waking up without him is going to be hard, and I've waited so long for him, but it's his mother meddles so much, but I don't have a choice. And
It is pressurized.
there you go.
Because
I was going
there's
to say they
live-
have animals.
Because they have live animals in there. That's
Yeah.
why. Duh. I should know that.
So, and he's like,
Now it's asking me, are you carrying a specific item on a plane?
you're like, why do you care?
I want to put potato
AI.
chips.
So he said it may have taken 7 years to get here, but it won't take that long to get you there. And Molly says, this trip has been great, but I'm glad to see my son so in love, but I'm afraid of what the future will bring. And I still don't completely trust Sheena. I have questions about their financials. She manipulates better than anyone I know. I think Mom, you're projecting. I
think so too.
yeah.
By the way, an addendum. You can fly with potato chips in checked bags or carry-on, but the bags may puff up and occasionally pop because cabin pressure is lower than at
But
ground
it's
level.
all going to it's all going to she's going to crush it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I'm sure now someone could sleep at night.
Yeah.
And so now the interesting is Molly is hugging Sheena and she starts sobbing and even Molly's crying. And Forrest keeps saying, it's not goodbye, it's the beginning of our forever. And then he puts that
Can I just
dumb
say,
Peter Griffin hat on her.
he does put that Griffin hat on. I will say, because obviously we've came at Molly valid. I mean, very, I think rightfully so.
We've been hard on her.
Because she's and we've had different people talk about, but we've had, a lot of moms that get really triggered by her that have, they're raising autistic children. But I do think she loves Forrest. I don't ever want to say, I do think it actually hurts her to see Forrest hurting so much.
I agree.
And do I think she likes Sheena? No. But I think she can't stand watching her son hurt so much.
Yeah.
Dev says nothing.
Yeah. And he puts the hat on her and says, like, it's a guarantee. I love this hat and I love you and I want you to wear it every day. And she's like, I can't wear it at work because the dogs might chew on it. Also, the most autistic thing said this episode.
That solidified it to me. I was like, we're not talking about, and I talked about this on Kimberly, and she was like, we've never talked about that. And I said, normally you shouldn't have to talk about somebody's whatever their
I don't think she wanted to talk
capability
about it on the show.
But it's But it was the
evident.
But it was the main plot line of their story. Mainly because Molly made it so. It is the main plot. So I actually think it is a failure of storytelling on this show not to have that.
I feel like the reason was she did not want to come forward with it. I think it might not be culturally acceptable. I think also maybe her parents did not want her to say it.
Because it also makes Molly, in defense of Molly, it makes Molly look like this harping, I don't want my son to be happy. I hate this woman whenever she's saying, like she said, we did a Uncle Google last week. Everything Molly said about her fears, they have no business of Forrest staying there. Yep. There's no way they could have afforded it. Molly is right about everything.
Yep. It's unfortunate.
It just infuriates me. It really
and also from the beginning though, the fact that she was in a group for people who are on the spectrum. So
we've already.
The worst thing is,
yeah.
And if she's not on the spectrum, she's trolling that group.
Yes, that's horrible.
So it's like it's assumed everything, but just guaranteed she is on the spectrum, and it's just it is the missing piece in this storyline. But I think it's because they didn't want to do it.
But it sucks because it's not about me knowing she's on the spectrum or autistic and go, there it is. It's about, we know because you have such an experience working with autistic kids and program, and you've learned so much about it. I have very little, but I just have so many friends that it's everybody talks about it here in Los Angeles and a lot in America, but here in LA, it's not a shameful thing. It's just, it's a normal thing to talk about. But there's still other places in our country where it's not. Yeah. And so I feel like if we knew they both were on the spectrum, what a beautiful
much more of a level playing field
of people having empathy for her and for their story. And it misses the gravitas of that to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm off that soapbox.
They're going to move forward. This is not the end. It's the last thing he says. And that's the episode. It is. That's
keening.
Why I was
That's
laughing.
The word for it. It's keening.
Keening.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. That is the show, everybody. That is the season besides a tell-all. So get ready. At this time, we have not seen a tell-all trailer, so we do not know. They're not going to show that until this airs. So we will be watching that in real time with you. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. As always, we love our sissies very much. Join our Facebook group.
Sissy Squad. We have fun in there.
We do. The Sissy Squad. We have a lot of fun in there. There's a lot of different subgroups in there, too. There is, I just want to mention.
Teacher sissies.
Caretaking sissies. Yeah, book pigs. We have woo-woo sissies for you astro witch sissies. There's I think like 20 different subgroups.
Those are not
community. Those are not moderated by us at all. Is it the crafting sissies? I think we have one too.
It gets wild
so
in there.
Many. Yeah. So check that out. If you're looking for community, it's a great place to go. Again, we appreciate you listening. And if you want to support our show, please support our sponsors because they enable us to do what we love. And we have started talking. The tour planning has started. We don't have anything of information to tell you, but
just had some meetings.
We just had some meetings. So
this fall, you can look for us.
So this fall. So get ready for that later on. Leave us a review on that.
Saving your money.
Okay. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We appreciate that very much. 5-star. And if you don't know what to say on that review, what do you say, Poodle?
Keep going, Queens.
You just say keep going, Queens. And we appreciate it very much. All right. That is the show. We call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And remember, if you ever need something to open up your call with your American fiance, you just say, "Ooh, baby, I love your wig every day."
Wanna tell you I love your wig.
Baby, I love your wig. It smells bad.
I'm not gonna munch on that box.
I don't do oral sex now.